everyone. This is Dane on the scene, and welcome to the latest edition of Snapshots, where we talk to the people who make the entertainment world go round. On this edition of Snapshots, we are continuing our series of interviews in preparation for Farpoint 31. Now in its new location at the Doubletree by Hilton in Pikesville, Maryland. It's happening on February 9th through the 11th, 2024. Tickets are still available, and you can check it out online at farpointcon.com. Our guest today describes herself on Instagram as a digital creator and a hero in training. If you've seen her cosplays all over the DMV, they are such amazing cosplays, but she has one goal in mind. One of her goals is to cosplay daily to make a world record. And we here at TRR hope that she'll achieve it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great moment for us because we interviewed lots of great young people, but I have to admit, a young cosplayer is a great interview, which I'm looking forward to today. And we have a great one for us, especially in the DMV. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Violetteverse. Violetteverse, welcome to Snapshots. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so amazing. So thankful to be on your show. And yeah, just loving this right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I have seen you all at Farpoint, surely even some of our local conventions. And as I mentioned moments ago, the cosplays you have brought to the stage in the DMV is amazing. The first question I have got to ask, because I have been cosplaying on and off over the years. I've been going to conventions for 30 years. Can you believe it? 30 years. I like to know,
Wow.
yeah, so many years. So how did you get into cosplay in the first place?
Well, so basically I used to be like really, really shy when I was little, and I would hide behind my dad and avoid every conversation I could.
Oh,
And then I found the DC superhero girls. They showed me that I could be as brave as I can. I can be as silly as Harley Quinn. I can be as brave as Wonder Woman. I can be as shy as Poison Ivy. And I could be a superhero with no powers like Batgirl. And they basically taught me to be my best superhero self. And from then I started cosplaying as their characters and like going and unboxing their toys on my YouTube channel. And like I was like so small and I was doing it. And then I started cosplaying a bunch because I just loved dressing up and being my favorite characters. And it just helped me so much with my confidence growing up that it was just like a big impact, you know?
that's amazing. And let me let you in on a little secret myself. I was a shy person growing up myself. I had a speech impairment and I had trouble talking, but thanks to a wonderful speech pathologist and game shows and Star Trek, I was able to conquer my shyness and was able to continue with my speech and got into conventions and became the person I am today. So I can understand about being shy at a young age.
Yes. That's amazing. I'm glad that you like evolved basically and like, you know.
Yeah, thank you. You too. You too. So you mentioned a lot of superheroes in the DCE universe. So among the ones that you just mentioned just moments ago, what were who are your favorites?
From like DC or Marvel.
Let's do both. DC and Marvel. Who are your favorites in DC and then who are your favorite in Marvel?
Okay. In Marvel, I would say like any Spider-Man and Deadpool, any version of Deadpool. I love Kidpool, you know, love Deadpool. He's so funny. And in DC, there's like so many. I grew up loving Batman. Like my my family was the Bat family, you know. Like, oh, and I love Teen Titans Go. I love Teen Titans. I love Teen Titans Go. I watch the original every single day. I
Wow.
like I've rewatched that like 600 times.
Amazing. Now, I have to ask, since you mentioned Batman, do you have a favorite actor who portrays Batman, like Ben Affleck or Val Kilmer or Michael Keaton or the original Adam West? Do you have a favorite among the Batman actors?
Not really. All of them are amazing.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now, aside from the DCU and the MCU, what are your favorite science fiction or fantasy or even anime television shows and movies that you like to watch? Since you mentioned one of the shows you mentioned so many times. I don't think I've ever watched the show that many times as you, but I love it.
Well, I can't really think of any shows or movies right now,
Mhm.
but I do love Final Fantasy, like their games,
Wow.
and like I love their games. They did have a movie. I watched one of their movies. I don't know how many movies they have, but I love the games, and also I love Lower Decks, you know.
Lower Deck. So I take it with Farpoint 31 coming up. You're looking forward to meeting the actress who plays Becca Mariner, correct?
Yes, I am gonna be cosplaying as her to meet her.
Nice, nice. That is great. Well, speaking of cosplays, let's delve into your history of being a cosplayer. Let's step back to the very first time you cosplay. What was the very first thing you cosplay? And tell us why you picked that.
I think my very first cosplay when I was like this small was like I think it was Raven. It was Raven. I love Raven. She is my favorite Teen Titan. And honestly, I just love how like serious but also kind of goofy she is. Like every time she says whatever to people.
Well, that's a great cosplay. And I understand when it comes to your cosplays, you've been cosplaying at various conventions. Now, do you just do one cosplay during the weekend or do you expand it to a different cosplay each day?
Many people know me for cosplaying a bunch of people in one day, at cons,
Mhm.
and like 3 to 10
Right.
in one day.
Hmm.
And the highest I think I've cosplayed was in All Star Comic Con. I cosplayed 12 people in one day.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You did 12 in a day?
Yep.
Wow.
I
Okay.
had
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that was fun. I had a little trolley and we would have all the cosplay changes. I would do one in the morning, then all of them, and like yeah, I would change a bunch, and then people would be like, "Wait, weren't you like Raven 5 minutes ago?" Yeah, yes.
Wow. And how many years ago did you achieve this, I would say, record? Because I have never known anyone to do 12 cosplays in a single day. Wow. Wow.
It was like 4 years, I think.
Amazing. So tell us, what were some of the cosplays, if not all of them? What were some of the cosplays you did in that day, other than Raven?
I did. What's her name? I remember there was like a bunch. I did Zatanna. Then I did one of the like one of Bowser's kids. I forgot her name.
Okay.
Wendy Cooper. Wendy Cooper. Yes.
Nice.
And I did Starfire. I did Zelda. I did like there was so many. I'm trying to like put it on top of my head. It was like I think that's all I can remember right now. But like I did a bunch, and it was like so long ago. I can't like remember all of them.
I can understand that. That's amazing. I never knew a person, anyone in the 30 years I've gone to conventions who have done 12. I think the most I've seen, I want to say, is maybe four in a day, but never 12. So you have set the bar high. You have really did.
Thank you. Four is like four cosplays for me is just like that's the normal daily.
Absolutely. So, when it comes to your cosplays, how do you decide which cosplay to do at a different convention? What goes through your mind when you decide, you know what, of all the cosplays I want to do, This is the one I want to choose for this convention. Tell us about your process.
Most of the time, it's like with the voice actors that are gonna be there. If I know their shows, and if I'm like allowed to do their like characters from who they voiced, and also picking a character that I know and love, like let's say for instance, Aerith, like who I am right now.
Mhm.
I would, I love to do her. I haven't done her at a con yet, but maybe I'll do her at a con. It's just something to like tips on like when you're doing your first cosplay, you do something that you know already. So when somebody asks you about your cosplay, if they love the character, and they ask you a question, if you don't know it, you're gonna be there like uh yeah.
I can understand that. I mean, I have done some cosplays many years ago, and my first cosplay when I gotta go, I got really gotta think this. So I'm some my in my 40s. So my first cosplay was Jordan LaForge. That was the one I've done for many years, and then I expanded to a Klingon at one point and a Vulcan. I was Mr. Tuvok at one point. So let me ask you this: you've done the DC universe, you've done animation films, you've done some cartoons. Have you done any Star Trek cosplays? Yep.
No, but after Farpoint with Mariner's cosplay, then basically that would be my first ever Star Trek one.
Nice.
Oh, also I did a cosplay from Orville.
Ooh, so who were dressing up in Orville? Was it a doctor?
Yeah, it was the Doctor. Yeah.
Oh yes, Penny Johnson Gerald, who we all know. She's a native of Baltimore, Maryland, so she's a DMVer just like us. Cool.
Okay. We met her at a con, and it was literally Farpoint, and we dressed up as her to go see her, and it was so great to meet her.
That's great to hear. Well, I'm so glad you've done Orville and you're going to do your first trek, which is wonderful. Now, aside from cosplaying, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, I love to draw. I like to draw mostly digitally and also sometimes traditionally. And I know this like it's kind of costly, but I love doing my makeup and I like doing like different types of makeup. I've turned myself into an avatar by like it's like I literally was doing something random and then I come out my room and my mom looks at me and I'm just like fully blue in an avatar. I didn't tell anybody. And also I love wig styling. I like styling wigs. Like pretend to be a hairdressers. Like
Amazing. So, how many wigs have you styled so far with your cosplay?
so far it's like I've been styling them more recently, and honestly, I think I've done like somewhere in between like 100. But like most of them go with it. Most of the wigs I style for the cosplays if I know that I'm doing it, and also a lot of hairspray goes into it. A lot of hairspray. So if you touch a wig, you might feel a little crunch in it. Just like
That's great to hear. Well, I'm so glad that your excuse me, cosplaying skills are top notch and amazing. In fact, that you may have to give me some helpful hints on cosplays down the road because I want to really improve on my cosplays for future stars and future conventions down the road. Speaking of conventions, on average, how many do you attend in a year?
hmm, maybe like one or two a month.
Wow. So about 24 a year, give or take.
Yeah, like almost between there. Um, I was doing a lot before like COVID hit.
Mhm.
I don't remember how many, but I used to do like a bunch.
Right. That's good. That's good. And do you just do the local conventions in the DC and metro area, or do you venture out outside of the area?
No, I do a lot more. I went to like Georgia for a con and Indiana for a con and Chicago. I've been like out a lot to travel just to go to a con. And honestly, I love it, not gonna lie. And I love the car naps that are involved in that.
Awesome. You mentioned Atlanta just moments ago because last year I attended Dragon Con for the very first time. Was that the convention that you went to in Atlanta?
No, which one was it? I went to MomoCon
Okay.
and Ranger Stop and Pop.
Nice. Rangers, yes. So since you mentioned just Rangers and I've interviewed a couple Power Rangers in the past, do you have a favorite Ranger that you cosplayed or a favorite Ranger that you enjoy?
Yeah, I love Karen's version
Mhm.
of the Yellow Ranger. I met her a bunch of times. I love her, and she's awesome. I love her.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad to hear it. So we're now in 2024. In fact, it's just fresh. We're 19 days in. Tell us some of your cosplay goals for this year.
Um, there's a bunch of cosplays that I'm very excited to do. Some of them I cannot disclose yet because you gotta wait for the year. You gotta it's like secret, just a little bit of secret. And honestly, I'm excited for anything that's coming this year. And okay, I'm gonna let you in one of the cosplays that I'm working on so far. If you've seen on some of my page, I've done Ghost Rider with a bike.
Yes.
So now we're making that Ghost Rider bike into Lobo from DC and different Ghost Riders like Cosmic Ghost Rider. But that's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Understandable. Understandable. Now, we got Farpoint coming up in less than a month. Aside from cosplaying and meeting Becca Mariner, Tawny Newsome, what are you looking forward to with Farpoint 31?
Honestly, if so basically every year Farpoint, I have my birthday there. This year,
Oh, yes.
this year it's not gonna be on my birthday, but it's one day before my birthday. But last year I did celebrate my birthday. You were there. It was really fun.
Yes.
I love celebrating my birthday at the cons, and also I love seeing everybody like Sharon and Amanda and everybody that attends Farpoint, and I just love them like family. They're like it's just so exciting, and it's the first con of the year that I go to, so it's always great to see everybody there first,
Yes.
and I basically grew up there.
I can understand that completely because I was 12. I was a few weeks shy of my 13th birthday. Like you, I'm a fellow Aquarius, and I grew up in the conventions. My friends who are like family to me for 3 decades now, they've seen me from 12 all the way to my current age. So I can understand number one, going to a convention every year, it's like family. And number two, people, if you go to conventions for a long time, they will see you literally grow up. So welcome to the club right there.
Yes.
And you're right. I was at your birthday last year. I had a great time. So I'm definitely looking forward to celebrating your birthday this year.
Thank you. I met Sharon at 6 years old.
Wow. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. So you beat me by a few years. So when it comes to meeting celebrities, since like you, like me, you've been to many conventions over the years. Who has been your favorite so far?
Person or like the cons?
Um, when it comes to the person, the actual person that you've met, that you cosplayed, that you met in person, who has been your favorite?
I mean, love Tara Strong. She, we are like best of friends. One time we were at a con and the con was like shutting down. Everybody was there. And then she took me shopping in the con.
Shopping, that is great.
Yes, and I love her so much. We have the same birthday.
Ah, that is very nice. Isn't it fun that you have a celebrity at a convention and they share the same birthday? That's amazing.
Yeah, and also the voice actor of Robin from Teen Titans Go or Teen Titans. We also share the same birthday, and it's just so cool. I haven't met him yet, but he knows who I am, and it's so crazy.
All right, so Greg Sipes, if you're listening, you have to meet Violetteverse in the near future. You gotta meet her one day.
I've
So,
actually met
I'm sorry,
Greg Size. It was Robin.
oh, Robin, I'm sorry. Okay, I got my Teen Titans mixed up. Sorry about that. So, what advice would you have for anyone, even at a young age? Because I've seen cosplayers who've done it younger and started at your age, started older, younger, what have you. What advice would you give them in order to get started into cosplay?
Well, I would say make sure when you do your first cosplay, don't do like you can still do it, but I would say recommend not to start off with a giant like mech or like a bunch of giant foam builds. Start with something easy like a closet cosplay or something that you can buy. Um, anything like that. Just don't go so like big for your first one, or else you might not like it after since it might be hard afterwards. And yeah,
Great, excellent. Now, where can we find you on social media? Since I know you got a huge social media following and you got a great platform, where can people find you in case they want to find you and follow you and find out what other conventions you're going to be attending in 2024?
I'm honestly anywhere. I have Instagram, Facebook, uh, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
Um, and also I have a TikTok. It's a different name. On my TikTok, it's the real Violetteverse. I got banned from my first account. I don't know why. And then on all of my other platforms, it's just Violetteverse, but the O is a zero. And on my YouTube, it's Violetteverse without the O as a zero. It's just a no.
Awesome. Well, great to hear it. Well, thank you, Violet. It is such an amazing time to be talking with you, and especially to remind you that if you're going to see Violetverse and her latest cosplay, you must attend Farpoint 31, which is February 9th through the 11th, 2024. Remember, it's at a brand new location, the Doubletree by Hilton, Pikesville, Maryland. Tickets are still available, but the the pre-registration deadline is coming up on January 31st, 2024. And remember, tickets are available at farpointcon.com. And Violet, is there anything else you want to promote before we say goodbye?
Make sure you follow me and your accounts, and make sure you subscribe, follow, do everything, and make sure you stay tuned for more interviews and like go to every other con that you guys are at.
Oh, great. Now you're taking my job. That was supposed to be Violet, but I love it. Well, you heard what Violet first said. Stay tuned for more interviews for the Rogers Review. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, Rogers Review '09 on YouTube. And until we meet again, and we'll continue our celebration of Farpoint 31 with more interviews down the road, this is Dean Rogers saying until we meet again, as always, see you out there.